Good evening, all of you. In today's class, in the wave optics chapter, we are going to discuss about the Newton's ring and the interference due to a wedge-shaped film. Okay, again, these are again the two, you can say like a experimental part of the wave optics. So in the lab, you can see clearly all that what all I wanted to uh, demonstrate the diagrams, everything. No, you can see clearly them in the lab. So if you have an opportunity to visit the lab and you are able to see the things, well and good, or else you just manage with some videos in available in the YouTube or at or say any other sources which are available. No, just try to view the all the possible diagrams related to these topics. So because that will help you a lot to understand the topic very systematically. And what is the possibility of asking such things in exam is very much so because there are some concept is there and some formulas are there. So that will really make a professor to really test a student even in these two experimental content also. Okay, let me take you. Okay, this will be our topic will be Newton's ring and interference due to wedge-shaped film. Already have written. Yeah. Okay, there's a experiment. So what we have is, so this part is a lens. Okay, no. Okay, look at the pointer because this green color of hemispherical or solid hemisphere, no, it's a lens. It's a thin lens, thin convex lens. Or you can see things clearly here. So what it is, it's a thin convex lens of some refractive index mu. It is placed on a glass plate. This blue color one, what you can see a glass plate. And what we have is next, the yellow color one, that's the air film. That nobody is there like a, it's like a, so what is this yellow color one? It's called as an air film. It will be. I'll remove this yellow because you'll get confused with so much of colors in a page. Okay, there's a air film. The yellow color region is the air film. So what actually this okay, let me explain now. So I'll take a thin convex lens. I'll place it on a glass plate. Okay, again, this glass plate is also very like it's having some thickness, not very thin. Then, then what we do is like, let me make the light incident on this one. Say monochromatic light of wavelength lambda. Let it be incident normally on this thin plano convex lens. What is this lens? This lens is again a plano convex lens. Okay, then. So what was our discussion? What we are going to learn from this particular chapter? So again, the what is the basic thing is like, I want to find out the wavelength of the incident light. And how to find out the wavelength of incident light? The only best available method is like using the Newton's rings concept. Say monochromatic light will be incident. Okay, this plano convex, right? Thin plano convex lens. This one. So what is the main purpose of this discussion? So we can find out the wavelength of the incident light using this particular experiment. Okay, let me use the, yeah, let me start here now. Okay, fine. So a light which will be normally incident on plano convex lens. So will undergo first as it is incident normally, so there won't be any refraction at this point. It will encounter a boundary or an interface. What is this interface? Glass and air. So what's happening to ray of light, this particular ray of light? It will move from a denser to rarer medium. So what do you expect? So this particular ray, after refraction, a part of ray will be transmitted, a part of ray will be reflected. There's a natural phenomena. There's a natural phenomena. You need not to bother, like whenever a ray encounters an interface or a boundary, a part of ray will be reflected back and a part will be transmitted. The refracted ray should bend away from normal because the ray is moving, because this is the denser medium. And what is the yellow color region? It's the air. So the green color region is what the lens, it is made up of refractance mu. So when a ray moves from denser to rarer medium, the ray will bend away from normal. Okay, that's what can say, like it is a normal. Fine. So this is the refracted ray. Fine. Okay, now what will happen to this reflected ray? Okay, the reflected ray by the curved interface now will encounter again a boundary here. Let's assume that one. So here, let it undergo, it's moving from denser to rarer, it'll bend away from normal. So this what the ray A, what will get it. Okay, let's get into now this particular ray A. What are the like a phase of that one? What can be the phase of that? So look at the incident ray, let it have a phase 0. Now with 0 phase it will come. Now it gets reflected by a rarer medium. The air is a rarer medium now because the ray is moving from dense to rarer, reflected by a rarer medium. So will there be, what will be the phase, will there be any phase change for the reflected ray? The answer is no. So what is the phase angle of the reflected ray? Should be 0. Again, the ray, what happen, will encounter a boundary. It will move from, if this is a normal, it will move from denser to rarer. We know due to transmission, due to refraction, there won't be phase change. So what is the final phase of this? Will be 0. The ray A, what happened, will have 0 phase. Okay, got it. Now let's come for the refracted ray, the ray which got refracted into the air. So here, now what happened, it will encounter a glass medium. A part of ray will be refracted into the glass plate. Okay, I'm not bothered about that. And a part of ray, what happened, will be reflected by the glass plate. This is yellow color is the air. So the ray, what happened, now is moving from air to the glass. It is moving from medium of A to medium of glass. So rarer to denser. So the reflected ray definitely will undergo phase change of pi radian. That's what you can see. I'm not bothered further what will happen to it. So this ray B, what is the phase of the ray B, will be pi. Okay, now you can ask questions. So again, one more refraction is what will take place. So what is the phase of this? Should be 0. Due to refraction, there won't be phase change. Let me write. Okay, this is very important, this data. I think, okay, yeah. I'll write it B here. Okay, now you see things clearly. So the ray A and the ray B is what the, oh, what happened? Just wait, I'll get the screen. Okay, now look at the now look at the ray A and the ray B. So what is the phase angle of the ray 0? What is the phase angle due to reflection only? We'll have a path. Again, there'll be phase angle due to path only. So due to reflection, what is the phase the ray B acquired pi radian? What about the ray A? 0 phase. Okay, let's compare this two rays, ray A and B. So due to path, any phase the ray B will acquire. Now look at the ray A, will get reflected, will arrive here. What about the ray B? The ray B, what happened first, it will pass through the air film, then it will pass through it. So definitely what happen? There's also phase due to additional path the ray B will cover in air. This one, so this much of additional path the ray B will cover in air. And what about this one? Optical path length will be same. The ray and ray B will cover almost the same path in the lens to reach this particular thing. So the ray B will cover additional path in air. So now what we have to do is like, what is the path difference between the A and B? The total path difference. The path difference is due to reflection and also due to the additional length, additional path covered by the ray B in air film. Okay, let's come for this one. So what we write is like a 2 mu t, or so this will be like path difference is equal to. So what is any formula? How do, sir, how you can write things directly? Okay, let's get into the some derivations part. Path, find the radius r of the nth dark and bright ring. Okay, there's a question that is asked. So what is the path difference equation? We can write it as delta x is equal to 2 mu t. So t is the thickness of that air film. So 2t is what? The additional path covered by the ray B in air film. 2 mu t, mu 2t will become optical path length plus lambda by 2. Further, we are searching for delta x should be equal to n lambda. Solve that and rearrange, then you'll get 2 mu t is equal to 2n minus 1 lambda by 2, where n equal to 1 t for the radius for the bright ring. So as mu equal to, what is value of mu for air? Will be 1. So therefore this will become, so the equation, okay, let me slide down. Okay, 2t equal to 2n minus 1 lambda by 2. This is the thing. Similarly for destructive interference for dark ring, so what is the expression now? Delta x is equal to 2n plus 1 lambda by 2. 2n plus 1 for the dark ring. So here delta x equal to, I think let me write the equations. Huh? So let me go for the equations. For destructive interference, so what we'll write it as 2n plus lambda by 2 equal to 2 mu t plus lambda by 2. Lambda by 2 gets eliminated, lambda by 2. So finally what happened, we'll end up with 2 mu t is equal to n lambda for dark ring. So 2t is equal to finally, as mu is equal to 1. For it, so 2t equal to n lambda. Okay, these are the some things what we can write with respect to the mathematics what we have available. Okay, let's see what we can. Okay, the total description is there. Now I want to find out the radius of the nth bright and dark ring. First of all, how the pattern that will be visible for the high. And sir, what do you mean by thickness T here? We are not understanding. Okay, let me put it all the. Okay, look at now. So the ray which is incident exactly at the optic center here at this particular point will not encounter any air film, will be reflected by glass plate, a fresh and so here what will happen, this particular thing will have a phase of pi radian or will gain additional path due to reflection by a glass plate. I mean this particular ray, I'm asking you to look at this ray. Will go there, will get reflected by glass and returns no. So what is the phase it will acquire? Pi radian, and the fresh incoming wave and the reflected wave by the glass plate. When they undergo interference, what do we get? The path difference will be lambda by 2. And because of that, what we see is like the central dark spot will be visible in the Newton's ring. Why in the Newton's ring pattern, the center of that pattern, why it will be dark spot means we can give a reason, because the ray which is exactly passing to the optic center here goes undeviated here, get reflected by glass plate. It will undergo phase change of pi radian here. A fresh incoming wave and the reflected wave. What is the path difference between them? Should be equal to lambda by 2. So therefore, at the center, at the midpoint, we see a dark spot. A minima will be there. A minima will be formed here. Then, so next after this, okay, sir, why again bright and dark rings? So you look at the different rays. So this ray will encounter some air film thickness. Look at this ray, will encounter some air film thickness. So like that here, the rays which are incident at different parts of lens, after reflection happen, they'll cover different optical path length in the air film here in this region. And the fresh incoming, so like this, what happened, the rays, these two rays, what happen now when they undergo superposition, what do we get? We get the interference pattern. I'm interested to get the radius of the nth dark ring or the radius of the nth bright ring. How to calculate that one? Let me get into the mathematics. Let T is the thickness of air film. T is the thickness of air film. So here what we do is like, I think this D is given. Let me write T only. I'll take it out, this one, not needed. No. T is the thickness of air film. So therefore, what is this distance will be T. So the remaining distance will become R minus T. So let R be the radius of the ring. So when this I, what it will see the pattern circular rings of alternate bright and dark rings, where the central spot will be a dark spot. The center of that pattern will be a dark spot. Then from this triangle, what we can write, hypotenuse, this is R is hypotenuse. So R square is equal to R minus T whole square plus R square. See this one. Okay. Now let's expand this R minus T whole square. R square plus T square minus 2RT plus R square, R square. So this R square will get eliminated. So what will be left over? R square is equal to 2RT minus T square. So this T in fact will be very small. So if you can neglect here only. If this T is very small, so if T is very small, the T square will be still more smaller value. So directly you can neglect this part. Will become, because T is very small, T square will be still more smaller quantity. So then what is the expression for T? Will be R square by 2 capital R. Okay, this value of T I'm going to substitute here. Put 3 in 192. This is equation 1 and 2. So I'll replace this T. Then I'll get expression for radius of the nth dark ring and the radius of the nth bright ring. So what are these? The radius of the nth and nth bright and dark ring formed in the Newton's ring, that one. Of all, very important, the center of the pattern will be a dark spot. Will not be a bright, will be a dark spot. So now tell me, like who is where is the film? The air film is what the very important here. The ray A will be reflected by the air film. The ray B will be reflected by the glass plate. So we are not bothered here lens. We are bothered about this air film. Why the pattern should be circular, sir? Why not other thing? Look at the convex lens. How the convex lens will be? Usually, what will be the convex lens? So convex lens will be of this shape, no? And a parallel beam of light, circular beam. This is a lens, and this is a circular beam. Will be incident. So definitely what happened? So if you view from the top, you are going to see this alternate bright and dark rings. The same setup, if it is a, instead of this, if the lens is of this particular shape. Then if I send a parallel beam of light, I'll see alternate bright and dark bands here. Where do these things will be visible? Here only. So you can see on the surface what happened here. If you view normally, you are going to visualize that particular Newton's ring. If the same lens, if it is of this particular shape, like a rectangular lens, what you can call rectangular plano convex lens, then the alternate bright and dark rings, dark bands will be noticed here. Since the lens is of circular beam and the convex lens will be in spherical in shape, so we'll get the alternate bright and dark rings here. If the lens is of this particular shape, then we'll get alternate bright and dark bands. So that you can, there's a one possibility of asking some questions like a different shaped, like if the lens is of different shape, so how the pattern. So if it is like a, instead of lens of this shape, if the lens is like a pyramidal, you place like this. Or I think I'm trying to, yeah, fine. And if a beam of light is incident, monochromatic beam of light is incident, then, so this as usual glass plate. There's a, don't call lens, now it's a glass structure, like you can call like a prism or whatever that one. I think it will do appear like a, so pyramidal glass structure. Then how the pattern is what? I'll get a frame, alternate bright and dark frames, call frames here. This will be pattern. Okay, it all depends upon the type of glass structure you're going to place on the glass plate. Okay, fine. So these are the, I think the very core idea. What are the core ideas? What are the some core ideas? These things. The whole discussion start from a very small idea. The path difference between what? The path difference between rays A and B. Let me write here. Similarly, the path difference between the rays A and B it is. And we have started here. Okay, I think this is very small thing. So what is the radius of the nth order bright ring, dark ring? This one. So what is R dark? Radius of nth order dark ring. And what is this? Fine. Okay. So we'll take the next topic, interference due to wedge-shaped film. Okay, now this will be the, we'll be discussing about the interference in wedge-shaped thin film. So the name of topic will be interference in thin wedge shaped film. So what is that film? The film is the air. So how do that wedge shaped air film can be obtained? So if you look at the diagram, look at the diagram. So I'll take the two glass plates. Let me make a small angle of inclination. So there's a lower glass plate. On it, I'll keep another glass plate. And let there be a wire be placed at one end. At the other end, these two will be in contact. These two plates will be in contact. This theta will be very small. I think I'm writing wire. This will be more than enough, like a thread, wire, or a paper. So like that, let me place here. So because of that, a small inclination will be formed by the upper glass plate. This one, and the gap between these two glass plates will be an air film, and the air film, how it is in the form of a wedge. These are not glass rods, glass plates. They are glass plates. Let me glass plates. So how the air film will be of this. So therefore it is called like a wedge. I think that these are called like a wedge. I think in Newton's laws of motion, we called them as a wedge. No. So the air film will be in the form of a wedge. No. Got it? No. So what is our purpose? I want to find out the diameter of wire, or I can keep a piece of paper between the glass plates. So how to find out that particular diameter of a wire using this particular interference phenomena. Got the idea, no? So this diameter of this particular wire has to be determined. So there's a wire whose diameter has to be determined, which is placed between the two glass plates. Because of this wire placed between the glass plates, so then the upper plate will have some inclination theta, and usually what is the thickness of wire or the paper will be very small. So theta we can expect to be very small. Then, okay, now let's see that one. Let the for normal incidence of the light of wavelength lambda. So let the phase of that be 0. So it will incident normally. So it will go there. A part of ray, what happened? A part of ray. So the again it will be incident. So now here it will encounter a like a glass and air interface. A part of ray will be reflected and a part will be transmitted. We know that the air film is what reflecting it. So the phase angle will be 0. And the refracted ray will will flow in air, and here it will get reflected by glass plate, and the glass plate and the ray now get reflected by glass plate. So when a ray reflected by denser medium should undergo phase change of pi radian. So the reflected light here will undergo phase change pi radian. Again, a part of ray will be reflected, part will be transmitted. We are bothered about transmitted. So finally, the ray B will emerge with a phase angle pi radian. Since it's a normal incidence, we need not to bother anything here, the reflected ray. So who is now there are two rays are there, A and B. Shall I say A and B are reflected by air only, by air film due to air film. The upper part of air film will produce a ray A, and the lower part of air film will produce ray B. So this corresponds to air film. We have to think in this way. So this light is incident normally. Fine. So when it encounters here, it encounters an interface, air glass interface. So the ray moving from glass to air, a part of ray will be reflected, part will be transmitted. The reflected ray will have a phase angle of 0, this one. Then because as it is reflected by rarer medium, then again this will, a part of ray will be reflected, will be transmitted. We are not bothered this reflected one. Okay, the transmitted ray will not have any phase change. So the same phase 0, the ray will acquire. What about this refracted ray in air? The moment as it moves here, it will encounter a denser medium. So it will be reflected by a air glass interface. And because of that, it will acquire a phase change of pi radian. Why pi radian? Because glass is denser, air is rarer. When a ray reflects by denser medium, it will undergo phase change of pi radian. So now the ray will undergo refraction. Due to refraction, no phase change. Again, refraction, no phase change. Finally, it will emerge. So ray A and B. So now compared to ray, let's compare the phase difference between these two rays. So not only at one point, okay, the rays are incident normally on this upper glass plate, then some red color, green color, blue color, some three set of rays is what I'm showing. So we'll all will have the same path difference. No. So this red color weapon will almost what will happen will not traverse any length in air. The green color, it will traverse some length. What about the blue color? It will traverse some length. So the rays which are incident at different parts on the glass plate will traverse different length in air film. You can see it will traverse this much of length. What about this? It will not traverse any length in air film. What about this? This will traverse some length. So different parts of incident rays traverse different length in air film. So different path length they'll acquire. So if the path difference equal to n lambda or 2n minus lambda 2, as the different order of interference is what I'm going to notice here. Because of this, the path length of the different rays will be different in air film. Okay, let's come for the mathematics. Derivations, we'll get into derivation. Okay, no. So now, what is that? The wedge-shaped air film is what? Something very important. Due to that is what? We can see that one. So now let's go for condition for bright fringe. Okay, let's compare the path difference. Between rays A and B. Then the total path difference. Path difference should be due to equal to path length. So how much of path length the ray B will cover in air? Theta is very small, so we can write as 2t is what it will cover in air. Optical path length will be 2 mu t. Of course, it's in A, no, later on I'll write it, mu equal to 1, I'll write it. Then the ray B is having a phase angle of pi compared to ray A. So because of that, this lambda by 2. Then we are searching for maxima and lambda. And what happened mu? Mu equal to 1 for A. So this will become n minus 1 by 2 lambda equal to 2t. So what should be the thickness of this one? Thickness of this will be, air film will be 2n minus 1 lambda by 4, where n is equal to 1. Let me write it below. What are the values of n? N we can pick up 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. So what is this T? Thickness of air film. Similarly for dark fringes, what we can write here? Condition for dark fringe, delta x. Delta x should be equal to 2n plus 1 lambda by 2. So therefore this will become n lambda is equal to mu t, where n is equal to 1, 2, 3, and 4, so on. even if the ray is not incident at an angle, then cos r will come into picture. Usually it will be normal incidence only what we discuss this one. So these are the thickness. Okay, now what was our question? Our question was to calculate the diameter. No. Okay, now why I'm bringing this equation? So what is the finally what is the purpose of this? Like what you are bringing. Now, if you look at the set of equations, how to find out the diameter of the wire. So this was our primary question. No, how to get that one? How to get the diameter of the wire? From where to bring the diameter of the wire? Now, why the order of interference will come? Yes, definitely as you put n equal to 0, what is the thickness of air film? Will be 0. I think I have to show you this part. Let me adjust the content. Yeah. At t equal to 0, so put n equal to 0. N equal to, so like n equal to 0. So what do we get? We get the dark fringe where t equal to 0 will be there. Put n equal to 0. N will start with 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. For n equal to 0, t equal to 0. So like that, as the thickness of air film increases, the order of interference will increase. So what are this? This is the value of n. N equal to 0, n equal to 1, n equal to, n equal to 3, n equal to 4. So as the thickness of air film increases, the order of interference also will increase. So on what basis I can look at this t equal to n lambda by mu, I can put it. But what was our question? Our question is to get the diameter of the wire. So if you look at this triangle, look at this triangle. This is capital D. This is T. This is X. This L. This is theta. So from tan theta equal to T by X equal to D by L. D by L. So where X is equal to L T by capital T. D is the diameter of the wire. So now put it here. What is T is equal to? What is T is equal to? T equal to, shall we write it as equal to n lambda? So sorry, there should be 2T. Huh? Okay. So some correction I'm making it because mu equal to 1 for air. This will be n lambda by 2. Okay, this will be 2T. Now T is equal to what we can write? N lambda by 2. So this will be n lambda L by 2D. So what I got the position of X, this one. Okay, lambda, all these are terms are constant. Okay, let me calculate the fringe width. Put X equal to n equal to 1, n equal to 2. The fringe width should be 2 lambda 2L by 2D. So now, so can you, do we know L? S, I know the length of the glass plate. I know the wavelength of incident light. Then I know the fringe width. Fringe width, how do I calculate? Yes, I'll take help of traveling microscope. Measured using traveling microscope. So I'll take traveling microscope. I'll focus on this interference pattern. I'll measure this fringe width. What is the fringe width? Usually I should measure the distance from the center of the bright band to center of the next dark band, or center of the dark band to center of the next dark band. Or else, so one distance, one width of one bright and dark band will be one fringe width. But practically what is the method? The method is from the center of, this is the fringe width. So using traveling microscope, I'll calculate the fringe width. I know the length of the glass plate. I know lambda. Okay, this one. So with the help of this, we'll get the diameter of the wire. So what is here? What are the assumptions we are making? It D will be very much less than capital L. Similarly, the T, what we say, it will also will be very much less than capital L. So what is D now? Finally, the D is the diameter of the wire. Very almost accurately we are able to measure. Okay, this is about the interference in the thin wedge-shaped film. The wedge-shaped film is here air. It can be even some liquid. In that case, what when the mu of a liquid is what you are going to add up here. Okay, that one. Since the air film, the wedge-shaped film was air, no, so therefore the mu has become 1. If some other liquid come, no, you bring that mu into the picture. Got this one? Okay, no, we'll end up the class here. Okay, fine. So in today's class, what happened? We had a discussion on this one. The first one was like the Newton's ring. So how that Newton's ring were formed. Then what was the main idea of that pattern? The central spot. The central spot was a dark spot. Why do the dark spot? Because of the destructive interference. Then alternate bright and dark rings we obtained, and the radius of the nth dark ring or nth bright ring, we got an expression. Then, so instead of convex lens, I can bring some cylindrical lens. Then the pattern will be alternate bright and dark bands. Instead of that pyramidal shaped glass structure, if it is kept on the glass plate, then we'll get a alternate bright and dark frames, square frames. Okay, this was the Newton's ring, different applications. So what we have Newton's ring is a standard, we take convex lens. Instead of convex lens, if you take some different shaped glass structures like cylindrical plain glass, cylindrical lens, or pyramidal glass structure, then the pattern will be different. That's what we have seen in the Newton's ring. Again, what is the purpose of Newton's ring? To determine the wavelength of light. We'll get exactly the, we can easily determine the wavelength of light. Then afterwards, the interference in a wedge-shaped films. Here we took the film to be air. How to find out the diameter of wire, which is placed between glass plates, we are able to determine using this one. So it's actually, it's a, I think, experimental one. With the help of traveling microscope, we'll find out the fringe width. Once you know fringe width, you can predict the diameter of the wire. Okay, try to read and try to work out few any formula-based questions which are available here. Possibility of asking in mains or advanced. Okay, we'll wind up the class. We'll meet for again the next part of the syllabus. Okay, thank you all of you. Take care. Bye. See you.